We needed a win. Obviously, it's an understatement. It's a great win for us. We did a lot of things great. Probably what we did the best is, coming off a tough loss on the road, a game that we were, probably could have won, but we didn't. Our guys responded. Showed you a little bit about our guys, the way we came out and started the game and played terrific. I thought our fans were great. I don't know what the weather was like during the game, but I know it was supposed to be bad. And we had a great crowd. And we've beaten Indiana, Ohio State, and now Purdue, 3 really good teams at home without our students because the great crowd support that we've had and energy in the building was great. And we really needed them on the defensive end late. So proud of our guys. 2 great defensive teams. Jalen Smith was terrific, both ends of the floor. He was great. And our defense was terrific the whole game, except for maybe the start of the second half. Our defense was outstanding. And then, couldn't make shots in the second half. That happens to us. But we kept guarding. It didn't affect our defense today. So we ended up figuring out how to win.
Questions?
Mark, in terms, you always talk about how sometimes the offense affects the defense.
Yeah.
In terms of today, it seemed like when everything was going well in the first half, the defense played well.
Yeah.
But when everything was not going offensively, the defense still played well.
Yeah.
What's the difference with the team? When can you see it in your team when they are really locked in and it's not going to affect them?
Well, we've been locked in 4 out of 5 games now. We laid an egg one night. Everybody knows. I don't need to talk about it. That team's been pretty good since they beat us too. But we've been really good for the last 5 games. So our guys were dialed in. I knew it. The day we got together, what's today? Saturday. So Thursday. Yesterday's practice, they were dialed in. Walked through this morning, they were dialed in. So I knew defensively we were going to be locked in. And, sometimes in the second half when you can't figure out how to score, it snowballs. And that's what happened today. It kind of snowballed on us. The key is that we got really good looks there. We had 2 really bad possessions where Anthony had to pull up and shoot bad shots. And that might have been fatigue for him more than anything. But and also their defense was great. But I thought we got some really good looks there late. We just didn't make them. So, but we got to the offensive glass, got some back tips, and it's hard to win. But guys took care of business. So proud of it.
Mark, you mentioned Jalen's game today. I think he had 18, 10, and 4 blocks. The 2 bigs for them, Harms and Williams, I think were combined 12, 9, and 2 blocks.
Yeah.
Just the work that he's been able to do to make himself able to withstand that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Is this kind of a manifestation, you think, of that?
It's amazing what he's doing. And now our team defense was good, especially in the first half on the post. Second half it was good at times, then we just let Sticks do his deal. But and I keep saying all summer he was going to be our 4. Our team looked totally different, and then it does now. And he's had to do it. And I think he had to accept it. He didn't like it at first. And I've never seen more good big guys in a league and I've been doing this a long time. Usually there's one at Texas. When I was in the Big 12, Texas, Kansas had pros, but there's pros walking around everywhere when we play it, and really good players. So he's accepted it. He went head up on those kids, used his lane, stayed down. His timing was terrific. It's a luxury, and I thought our guys did a good job of helping and fanning out the shooters, and we made some mistakes. They missed some shots. We made some mistakes. They made shots, but our guys were dialed in. There was a lot of communication out there, and I don't know what they shot, but it was great defense on our end.
It seemed like you guys were moving the ball really well in the first half. Do you think that was a good look at what you guys could be capable of offensively when you were doing that?
Well, it looked good because we were making shots, right? So I imagine there's 4, 5, 6 possessions in the second half where we really moved it and missed shots. It just doesn't look quite as good, does it? Right? So, but we were a little more stagnant in the second half. But give them credit; they adjusted to what we were doing. Their defense is really probably the best we've seen all year. Their defense is amazing, and they're on ball and they're guarding the ball, and we really couldn't get downhill on them. We've been able to get downhill on a lot of people in this building. We couldn't get downhill on them, so you got to give a lot of credit to them. and the way they guarded and they locked in after halftime, they were terrific.
Mark, Dante today had a career high 13.
Yeah.
He seemed to be a big part of that early run in the first half.
Yeah.
How have you seen his game grow over this season, and how much of a difference maker is he when he's hitting deep shots at people in the
That's
first
huge
half?
for us. So, one, he guards every night. He's a terrific defender. He's got toughness down there. Like, no Joe Eastern was scoring on everybody, and all of a sudden Dante was on him. He couldn't, you know what I'm saying? So he has that in him. You know, like the other night he was guarding one of the post players at Wisconsin, and he scored on everybody but him and Stick. So, I mean, he's got that toughness to him. We need him to make shots. Okay, he was 0 for 4 at Wisconsin. He makes a couple of them, you know, all of a sudden we're 5 and 2 instead of 4 and 3. So those shots were big, and he works at it. He's grown up in his work habits and work in between, before practice and after practice. He's really matured there. He was dialed into the scouting report today at a young age. He did a terrific job with that. So, you know, he did a lot of. He's really important to us. So, helps us space the floor, and he's got it there. Have to be accountable. You know, just another guy. So that gives you 5 guys on the floor that can score. And I thought Daryl did a great job of cutting. Daryl just didn't catch a break today. Poor kid was, I thought, getting hammered on a lot of those and didn't catch many breaks. But he did all the right things. And then I'm going to talk about this because I know how people talk about it. We talk about listening and timeouts. Okay, so like it was a tough game. We ended up winning, but we executed 3 plays in timeouts, which we haven't done all year. We got 3 back doors, layups, 2 layups, and Dante's out of bounds under with 6 on the shot clock. So we weren't doing that. And the guys they couldn't do it. They couldn't translate it from the board to the court. So everybody wants to get frustrated. Well, I'm frustrated. So we got better in that. So that's a step in the right direction for us. It's like, we're like, wow, this is great. Really makes us, you know, we can execute after timeouts better.
The team, got off to one of its best starts of the year, especially taking that, going on that 9-0 run to start. What aspect of the way that, your guys were able to play early impressed you the most?
Well, just that, it's going to be an up and down season when you're in a great league. And how you respond to it is really important. And in my mind, we've played 4 out of the last 5 games really well, okay? And that's what's important. And what was important is how they responded when everybody thinking the world's coming to an end and writing about us and talking about us, and we're just in our little bubble. And I don't read it, but I know it's out there because I get all the texts like, hey, don't listen to it, all right? But we're in our little bubble, and we just try to get better. And that's what we have to do. We have to stay focused on what we're trying to do and keep getting better. So we're resilient. We got to build our bench a little bit more as we move forward.
Coach, another good performance for Aaron Wiggins off the bench.
Yeah.
Is there a little bit of a feeling when he gets that against Wisconsin off the bench that you maybe don't want to mess with that rhythm and kind of have him in that spot?
Yeah. Well, we got 2 guys that want to come off the bench, and I have to force one of them to start. So you guys can figure it out. I've never seen anything like it, and they both rather come off the bench. And before we played, might have been Iowa, I grabbed him and said, I don't care who starts. One of you's got to start. One's got to come off the bench. I think we should flip it. And they didn't do it. They decided they weren't going to do it. I can't remember which game it was. And then finally I was like, okay, you don't have a choice. We're going to flip this type deal. And so, yeah, we need him. We need him to score, right? And it's great when he's making shots. He made 2 threes in the first half and missed a couple in the second half, but he got good looks. So. And then because he's playing better offensively, his defense and rebound, he's back to where it needs to be for us to be successful.
Coach Chobe only played a couple minutes
Yeah.
tonight. It's clear he's still trying to get acquainted to Big Ten basketball. What do you think the next phase is in his development that you want to see?
Well, I got 4 guys in the weight room right now lifting and doing extra cardio because they didn't play a lot tonight. So that tells you a little bit. He's one of them about our team. They're frustrated. They want to play more. Chol's just not ready. I mean, you're watching the same game I'm watching. And 2.5 years he didn't play, had major surgery on both legs 5 months ago. We might not see Chol until next season, the real Chol, okay? We just keep hoping it comes. The timing, he can't get off his feet. He's a great kid, and we'll keep plugging away. But we have to become a deeper team if we're going to be any good down the road.
Mark, how important was the play of Anthony in the first half with the way he was moving the ball? I think he
Yeah.
had 6 assists.
Yeah.
And does that sort of help your team when they rely on him so much for scoring, where
Yeah.
they win a game where he doesn't score?
Yeah, he scored 5 points, we won, and a lot of that's because of our defense. But no, Anthony just wants to win. You guys, I've said it 20 times this year already. He came back to win, and he was so positive after the Wisconsin game. We're right there, Coach. We're right there. And he really believes it, and we all believe it. We're right there. We're getting better. We're getting better, and so he does what it takes to win, and he had to do that. And then their pressure was bothering us getting into our half-court offense, and he really kind of eased that a little bit. So he's having a heck of a year. He's really guarding. Our communication on defense today was really remarkable, and that's a good sign moving forward.
Mark, in a conference where it's very difficult to win on the road, how important is it to be 11-0 at home? Look at the positive on that equation, and you really have to win at home, and
Yeah.
you have.
Yeah, well, it's hard to win at home too. So, we get our next game. I think our students will be back. That'll be great, and hopefully we can do some damage on the road here and get everybody excited and believing in this team at a high level and being positive about our team. I think that's real important in today's world because it's really hard, and I think that will be big for us. But yeah, it's good. It's good to win at home. You look at the schedule when it comes out and you see these 3 games without students, you're like, oh my gosh, it's Ohio State. It could have been #1 a few weeks ago, right? And now they're 2-5 in our conference, just to give you perspective of how good our league is, okay? And then you got Indiana and you got Purdue, and it's like fans came out. I mean, it was terrific. And the weather for 2 of these games has been bad. And I look up and golly, it's almost full, which is great for our guys. The energy it gives them, the confidence it gives them. That's great. So it's not easy. We want to be a really good road team the rest of the year. We know our schedule's extremely difficult on the road, but we want to be a really good road team. So hopefully we can figure that out next week. Thank you.